I told you I'd be back with some awesome recipes, things that have helped me lose close to 80 pounds now. One of the things that I'm making tonight is a keto-friendly, low-carb Philly cheesesteak. There's no reason you cannot enjoy a Philly cheesesteak while you're trying to maintain your health. You'll see that I have a couple of pans going. One that's over here is the same thing as here, some peppers and onions. I just split them up because some of these are going to go into the freezer. I'm just going to cook them all at once. All right, so I put in about a tablespoon of olive oil into my pan, and then I put the peppers. I use red peppers. I like red peppers. They're a little bit sweeter than the green. And then the onions, we let them get a little translucent. Now that those are actually done, I'm going to throw these few mushrooms in here because I do like a nice mushroom in with my pan, which is something new since I lost the weight. I was never really a big mushroom person. Now that these things really, and mushrooms don't take long to cook, so you don't want to really do this. I have my pan set just a little bit lower than medium because I don't want to overcook these. I have another pan in the back. Once that's all done, what I have here in this is some chicken broth. And I make that with this. This is zero salt. It's by Knorr, K-N-O-R-R. I make my own chicken broth. This is great for people with blood pressure issues, cardiac issues, kidney issues, or anybody in your family who's just watching their sodium intake. It's the zero salt. And it's still just tastes like an unsalty broth. It's wonderful. So I'm going to put that in there with that. All right, and that will help to kind of bring this all down, cook it down. I'm also doing a second pan while we're at it. So while this is bubbling its way down, and it's going to kind of not make quite a roux kind of a thing, but it's going to just steam everything up, kind of help cook it, keep it nice and soft. The other thing we're going to do is I'm going to take 1/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder, and I'm going to add that in here. I'm going to put in 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Just give it a little bit of that smoky flavor. It's going to be yummy. And see, now we're coming to a boil. It's all going to be done. You can hear the other pan sizzling away. Now that that's done and it's really nicely at a boil, I'm going to take my meat. This is just shredded beef. And then I'm also going to put some in the back pan back here for my boy who is not an onion or vegetable person. So I always have to make something just a little bit different from him if I decide to go and show you guys how to do the whole true recipe. So we have everything here that we need. I'll go over really quick. Tablespoon of olive oil. Just to preheat your pan, make it nice and hot. That makes the olive oil adhere nicely so that you can really get your things in there and get them cooked. Saute up your peppers, your onions, and then at the very last minute put in your mushrooms. Okay, and then you're going to do the 1 cup of chicken broth or beef broth, whichever you want. I happen to have the chicken, so I use the chicken. It tastes just as good. See, this is all getting all nice now. The key to this is not that we're going to make it on top of the stove, because if you do the whole thing on top of the stove, it can get very, very dry. So what I'm doing is going ahead, I'm going to turn the heat up, let that boil for a minute. We'll get back to the ingredients. 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. You don't need to have the paprika. The smoky flavor is really nice. You can find this in Philly cheesesteaks over in Philadelphia. That was something that surprised me, but I learned about that when I lived over there, when I was working at Johns Hopkins. I'm going to just give this a little bit more of a stir. We want to keep this nice and moist, the meat. So once you get all that done and you have it all in your pan, your meat's in there, it's cooking away, it's getting seasoned because of this wonderfulness. And I'm just gonna push all mine to the side now. And I'm gonna bring Brian's in now that it has started to cook. And I'm gonna put this over to the side. And I'll be able to take it out if I need to at all. And this way, it will still absorb the flavors of the seasoning, you know, without having all the vegetables in it. People say, just make him eat it. I can't make him eat it. He's 32 years old. Once this is all boiled down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I have a cup of cheese. Low-fat cheese is usually what I use. This right now is mozzarella. You can use American cheese or provolone, sometimes pepper jack, whatever kind of cheese you like on your food is what you shred up and put it in. Once this is done, that water's boiled down a little bit, I'm going to sprinkle this on the top, and then to keep it moist, it's going in the oven. It'll be in the oven for about 10 minutes, just enough for this cheese to melt, because as it's doing this here on the stove top, and it's cooking, it doesn't need a whole lot more cooking after this. So I'm not going to stay online for the whole time. And, you know, honestly, it's just me and Brian, so I really can't just make 2 dishes and have one like Julia Child in the oven. We never eat it all, you know. And believe me, after a day or 2 of the same food, and I'm sure everybody else knows it, you get pretty tired of eating it. So yeah. See, so now we're getting nice and soft. All the vegetables are soft. We're just waiting for this water to boil down, this broth to boil down a little bit more, get the flavoring all through. And then the cheese on the top, and we're ready to go. So I'm so excited to be able to share recipes like this with you guys. It's going to make a great dinner. I'll get to eat, and of course then I'll have about 30 minutes to 45 minutes from the time we finish eating until the time I go to the gym, back to the gym, and go do my Zumba workout. So I hope that you enjoyed this little, I don't know what to call it. I actually may take some of this juice out and pour it in with my extras, just give them a little flavor over there on that side, you know. If you have any ideas, if you've tried a recipe, if you've heard a recipe, if somebody had said, oh, you got to try this, but, you know, let's face it, not all of us are adventurous in the kitchen. Give me a ring, or send it to me in an email, a text message, you know, ask me to try it. I'm more than willing to give it a shot and give it a try. Let's see how it goes. And, yeah, we can share. So this is me for now. I'm just putting everything out now, separating the two. On's going the cheese. Cheese is a great source of protein. All right, so definitely make sure that you give yourself plenty of cheese. All right, this is ready for the oven. In it goes. It's already preheated to 350. Everything's going to be great. That'll come out in 10 minutes. Watch for a picture. I'll just put a still picture up on my Facebook. Again, anybody who is enjoying anything, have any suggestions, definitely go ahead and like my page, follow my page, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then go ahead and share it on your own page. Share these recipes. Share the videos on your own page. Tell people, hey, listen, you know, Maggie's starting up this page. She's, you know, looking to build it up. Why don't you go ahead over, give it a shout, give it a look, see what you like. It's a mixture of healthy things, recipes, healthy tips. Eventually, dog care, you know, with May. You know, we all have our pets, those of us who do, and we love them to pieces. And, of course, I do love May to pieces. So, anyways, you have a good night. Again, any suggestions, I'm always open. down below the video, if you're on my YouTube, down below, hit subscribe. Talk to you later. Good night.